certainly an unexpected impact on commuters tonight. You can see behind me that there's a West Coast Express train. It's on the tracks and it's not moving, and none of those trains are going to be moving tonight, meaning passengers have to find another way to get home. And this is all caused by that blockade up the track. For commuters trying to get home during rush hour, it's a huge inconvenience.
This is nonsense. Truly it is. Sorry to say.
This is not making a healthy point of it, as far as I'm concerned.
It's not just West Coast Express trains sitting idle tonight in Vancouver. Elsewhere in the country, passenger and freight service has been derailed. Via Rail mostly shut down nationwide as a result of blockades by pipeline protesters. CN Rail is also shutting down its railway network in eastern Canada. In Vancouver, protesters are trying to get the government to listen. 40 pipeline protesters occupied Attorney General David Eby's office in Kitsilano, calling for him to revoke permits for LNG Canada and order the RCMP to back out of Wet'suwet'en territory.
This is our turf today!
Protesters eventually cleared out, but said their protest is far from over.
Asking to meet with the Attorney General David Eby is a serious and real demand.
In Victoria, the minister kept an eye on the situation, but gave no promises.
My concern would certainly be for the security of the information of constituents that we have in the office and the safety of my staff.
The rally was the latest in a series of anti-pipeline protests this week, leading to arrests in Vancouver and other parts of Canada. But today, the province extended an olive branch. Premier John Horgan says the BC government has agreed to meet with local First Nation leadership as part of a resolution to take down a CN rail blockade near New Hazelton. Indigenous Relations Minister Scott Fraser says he'll be part of that meeting, and so will the federal government.
There's been a request for the federal government to be involved from the Wet'suwet'en for many weeks now. So I'm hopeful that it may help. It may help the situation.
A move that seems to have worked. Later today, the blockade came down.
With Canada shut down, the pressure's on. It's an opportunity for the governments, provincial and Canada, to correct this. And we're willing to work at correcting it.
But there is the promise of much more action to come. So since trains are not running here tonight, passengers who rely on the West Coast Express are instead asked to take the SkyTrain or bus. The Coast Mountain Bus Company says it's also looking at increasing service. Mike?
Andrea Ross live at Waterfront Station tonight. Thanks.